Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay Chris Newberg. Wow, you see how I did that? Hey, buddy.
It's the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay, ellipsis, Chris Newberg.
No period.
I know, ellipsis.
What's ellipsis?
The three dots, dot, dot, dot.
That's what you do after Jay?
No, I don't put a period, but I was just saying the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay, Chris Newberg.
Yes. There you go. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
How are you, pal? Jay, by the way, is I texted out, hey, can we do the show? Chris is going to come over like 1:30, something like that. And Jay's like, dude, I'm in a deposition. I don't know if I can get there in time. So I was like, well, whatever. Just let me know later. And he texted, was like, there's just no way. I'm buried in this deposition. So I was like, all right, Chris, it's just us.
Yeah.
And you're like, whatever.
Fine. Yeah.
I didn't like Jay that much anyways.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, maybe I made that part up.
Yeah.
But, anyways, thanks for coming by. You've been hanging around Detroit for the last couple days.
Yeah, most of it in your living room for the last 4 hours before the show started. You were like, come on over at 11.
Yeah, no, it wasn't quite 11, but I know what you mean.
And we get here and you're like, hey, I'm just going to sit in the kitchen and brood like I normally do to prepare for this. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
great.
leave me alone. Don't talk to me. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Go away.
Go on the couch.
Go play with Isis. He's downstairs.
So who was the lady who was so nice here? It was probably one of the funniest things ever. So it was after the show Saturday. She was an older lady, not old by any stretch of the imagination, but a dark-haired lady, short.
Linda?
Could be.
Okay. Spiky hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, Linda.
So nice.
Yeah, sweetheart.
She just kept running around, and it was so hilarious because she had these 2 airplane bottles of Patron, and she had them in a sandwich bag.
Sure,
And
as you would.
As you do. And she's like, hey, I've got Patron in my car. Let me go get it. And I'm like, I'm good. You know, I'm okay. And then she shows up, and she just is like, and she told this story to like 3 different people. She's like, look, I call these cuties. And she would take them, and then she would do a shot with someone, and then she would refill them with more Patron.
But she only had 2 little...
Yeah, and she would refill them. And it was funny because I couldn't do it because I was laughing too hard.
Oh, my God.
Look, these are called cuties.
Did you guys get the shot ski out for that?
I didn't know what the hell that was, and then it was it's like a ski.
It's a shot ski.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's T-Roy.
And
what
it's
you
like,
do, man?
It was like at that point in time, it was warm Jaeger, and I was like, nope, not doing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's just take a picture. I'm like, great, I'm not doing it.
For those that don't know, a shot ski is like a wooden ski, and it's got little holes, like 4 of them, that you put shots in, and then you fill them with the whatever liquor, and then 4 people tilt the ski back. And
I like
do
that
a
you
shot.
say for those who don't know. There's like 6 people on Earth who know what a ski with shots in it is.
What you think they do know or they don't?
Don't.
Yeah, I didn't remember. Did you know?
I think a lot of people know what a shot ski is.
Okay.
But I mean, whatever. Who am I?
You're a guy who knows what a shot
Hold
ski
on,
is.
E.
I am.
Shit, your levels look low there, E.
Oh.
I'm not going to test him now. Forget it.
Okay.
Anyway, Jay Chris Newberg, our good friend, fabulous host of one of the greatest podcasts out there. Heroin has a great publicist.
Heroin
or
has a new publicist.
as Darren calls it.
Heroin has a great new publicist.
Heroin likes to hang out at the pub
Right.
and get drunk
Licist.
with Chris J. Noobsburg.
Yeah. It's a big. It's a big.
Which is good because, as you know, we're all under the umbrella together at Radio Studios 1-4.
Yeah.
As long as you say heroin, that's good enough, right?
Yeah.
Just tell
Yeah.
people
This heroin is exciting.
That'll catch people's ear.
It's really important, though. It's kind of important because heroin has a great publicist. Makes sense. The show, in a nutshell, is not about the drug heroin.
No.
It's about stupid shit that we do. We know is bad for us and wrong, yet we continue to do it. And so Chris's point was, boy, heroin must have a great publicist because it's fucking awful for you, yet people keep doing it.
Right.
Do I have that right?
You do.
So heroin publicist great has
And new.
makes no sense.
None.
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 Like, it's really important you get the name right.
Like stupid things people do, as an example, would be go out on Halloween till like 3:30 in the morning when you have a flight at 4 o'clock to go to Detroit to hang out with your boyfriend who bought you the ticket. That's
and paid what?
like $600.
That was the reason in the end?
Well, no, I'm just saying, this is hypothetical.
Oh,
I'm not,
of course.
Hypothetical, yeah,
I'm
no.
not talking about anything.
Sounded like,
no.
though, it was.
Yeah.
No,
It's too bad I didn't see Michelle this weekend. I thought for sure you'd bring her to town.
You know, I was going to, but something came up.
Yes, that's what it said on Facebook.
Yeah,
Something came up.
something came up,
Something
which
came
is
up.
she didn't miss her flight.
No,
because she stayed out.
She's responsible.
She's responsible.
Yeah, and I know that because when I went out with her and we went to the body shop till 3 in the morning.
Right. She got up the next day and totally got on her
Got
flight.
on her shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was great. So, dude, the show was so good the other day. I'm so happy for you.
Well, thanks.
I thought the live podcast was fabulous. I thought your guests were great,
They were
especially the closer.
Yeah.
And then
The turkey fucker.
no, sheep
Fucker.
Sheep fucker.
Okay.
Yeah, was not planning on telling that story at all because my audience has heard it, but it just seemed to fit in
Yeah.
that moment. And then you had to re-record your special, and so you did that afterwards at 7:00.
Yep.
And I thought it was fantastic. I was like, shit, I already saw this show. Is it gonna be the same thing? It wasn't, and it was great. What are you doing? Is your mic going out there? Are you hitting the
I'm not
cough
touching
button?
anything. Was there a cough button?
Yeah, there's a cough button.
Oh, that.
Yeah. So
That was with my knee.
don't bang that with your knee.
Sorry.
Because people then can't hear you.
Okay.
So I hope you had as much fun as we did. I heard
did.
from everybody there told me how great it was, how much fun they were having. And I must have had 50 people
Yeah.
come up to me singing the My Pillow song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Dude, it gets stuck in people's head,
a good
and their
song.
kids sing it, all this shit. And so I've been going back and forth with Dawn because
Yeah.
they've got new my towels.
Yeah, not my towels.
And I'm like, dude, I need them now, yesterday. Like,
Right.
You know, and I said, by the way, I was at Chris Newberg's show. He's coming in studio today. And I had all these people come up to me singing the My Pillow jingle, blah, blah. She's like, everyone around the office sings it.
Yeah, so what's stopping them
From what?
from making it a jingle for them?
I don't know. They really are fond of their jingle, I think. You don't like their jingle?
I didn't say that.
They
just
probably
said,
paid some shitty marketing firm a ton of money to make that for them.
it sounds like they paid someone to write a shitty song.
Yeah.
I mean,
how
with
does their jingle
respect-
go? E?
I'm trying to. I don't. What
Because all I think is my pillow.
Yeah.
Whose
sure.
pillow? My
yeah,
pillow.
Yeah. But their jingle is like, it starts off and it's like a rave, and then you can just hear some guy smoking in the background, and you're like, oh, what's this? And he's like, yeah, you like pillows, and then like everyone's like, yeah, and then next thing you know, it's over.
What is the catch?
Of theirs?
Yes.
None. They've no
No,
catch.
they do. They have the
No,
jingle.
there is. I just can't remember.
It's like dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
Pillow.
Yeah, we're father and son. Da, da,
Yeah.
da, da, we'll do it. Give us a call.
Yeah, it's the father and son.
Dietrich Furs.
Right.
From the
It's Larry. It's
Dietrich
Larry. It's
family.
Larry Santos's Dietrich Furs theme.
Did you have it there, E?
For the best night's
Sleep in the whole wide world.
visit mypillow.com.
You might need to turn your laptop up a little bit, E.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
think
they
that's.
crank-
I don't think that's bad.
Yeah, you do.
I don't
You
have-
have to say that. You don't have to say that you like it.
Well, I mean, it's like it sounds like it's like an excerpt from the movie Pleasantville.
Right. Is it Pleasantville or
It's Pleasantville.
Stepford Wives too? It's kind of got that.
Yeah, it's got that.
You know, we're perfect. Leave It to Beaver, jingly, non-offensive.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. Well, I'll
that's
keep
not-
pressing them, and
yeah.
I'll keep telling them. And she told me today, people are singing it around the office.
Yeah, and well, whatever. I mean, it's just like, why would you want the greatest, catchiest song ever, or one that's like, oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I think they're doing okay.
I'm sure he's more than okay. He's loaded. He's crazy. He's got a plane rich.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's $500 million probably.
So
So he's doing fine.
did you see him yelling at Congress the other day about how there's no such thing as a recession
No.
because he was doing so well? he was like on CNN or Fox or something. He's like, "There's no recession right now." I'm like, "Not for you, Pillow King.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
for you, guy.
People are still buying the pillows.
Gotta buy the pillows."
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love my Giza sheets. Let's go to mypillow.com.
That's pretty good.
He had us there. We visited him. He's like, where's it at? It's like Jordan and Jerusalem and like there's a couple.
I don't remember
He's like,
exactly, but somewhere in there. I
Giza,
guess.
Giza cotton only grows in one spot on the planet, and it's here between these rivers, but it grows to like 4 feet tall. I bought all of it. I spent $5 million and bought the world's Giza. You can't get it. So he's making these sheets out of this cotton that only he has.
Nice.
And I love it. I love
No,
it.
listen, it's a great story. It's a good company. It's a good guy. It's funny. They
Yeah.
should change their logo.
Okay.
I mean, you know, when
Yeah.
when he's on his plane and he's surrounded by 4-foot tall cotton plants, he's not thinking about my jingle.
Yeah. No, he'd surprise you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went out there. He's and Dawn was like, yeah, he's gonna be a few minutes late. He's picking up his new truck today. I was like, oh, he's getting a new truck. She's like, she rolls her eyes. She's like, yeah. He was driving on the street. He ran out of washer fluid. He was like, just get a new one.
No way.
That was a story they told.
Yeah. Oh, hell
I
yeah.
don't know if it was. I
Fuck
mean,
yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean it's
How
true
to
necessarily,
fluid new
but-
car?
New car, yeah.
That's
It's like,
great.
it's out of washer fluid. Just get rid of it. Let's get a new one.
Did you say Warsher?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like
Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, washing machine. Yeah, all
from
of that.
I thought he's from Minnesota.
Yeah, he's from Minnesota. What
No,
part?
but he talks like that. He does.
Yeah, he
That's how
does.
he says. Because when he says if he ever runs for Congress or something, he said he was gonna put the Warsh back in Washington or something. That's gonna be his saying.
I don't think that's quite it, but you're
Yeah,
on
I mean,
close.
it's very close. If that,
Because he was going to wash up.
I guess.
Clean up
I don't know, but that's how he says it. He says
yeah, no, I think
Washington,
that's-
and
Like, you get to a certain point of wealth where it's like, you talk how you talk,
Oh yeah,
and everybody
Yeah,
else
yeah.
needs to adjust, or they can fuck off.
and you know what? The content that's coming out of his mouth is so strong,
Right.
so incredibly strong, dude. Incredible. Story's incredible.
His story? Oh,
Like, yeah, he was a crackhead
Yeah,
for
I
19
know.
years. Like
It's
his
great.
whole story, like 18 fucking near-death experiences. Like the whole thing is incredible,
Right.
and he doesn't stop. It's just boom, 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 hilarious. And so he can get away with Washington and stuff.
Yeah, he can do whatever he
Just
wants.
Let it go. Anyway, I wanted to mention too, TEDx Detroit.
Yeah.
is Wednesday.
Yeah.
this Wednesday,
This
November
Wednesday.
6th, the
Yeah.
Masonic Temple.
Yeah.
People can go to that. I think it's in the afternoon though.
It is
right?
in the afternoon. It's also going to be online, so you don't have to go to it. So
Right.
you can watch it online. 'Cause
But
you
if they want, they can
Yeah.
reach out to the Masonic and get tickets for it.
100%. I would never stop them. But let me just tell you, in a great world, how terrible people are when they have an opportunity to be terrible at anything that's cool.
Okay.
Let me just tell you. So not one time, not two times, but 5 times I've had this conversation with someone where they're like, "Oh, what are you doing in town?" "Oh, I'm giving a TED Talk." And I quote, "Is it a TED Talk or is it a TEDx?" I'm like, "I think it's a TEDx." "Oh, they'll give those to anyone." I'm like, "Did they
Nice
give
thing
one to
say.
you?"
He's
Did
a
they-
nice guy though.
Who?
That
Oh
guy.
yeah, that's what we got to talk about that too. But no, it's so funny because I'm just like, I don't know what the difference is, and I'm not.
by the way, what
considered-
does it matter anyway? He just asked what you're there for, and you said what you're
Yeah.
there for.
And then, yeah, but
and then
no-
he's got a shit on it.
5
oh,
different people.
Don't give anyone a TED Talk. So when's yours? Fuckface.
I said that.
Yeah, of course you did.
When's and it's like, I've been working on the TED Talk. I've been working on it for a while, and I'm excited about it.
What is it about?
What's mine about?
Yeah, is it about,
It's about-
comedy or?
It's about this whole thing about how Michelle wanted me to get batteries, and I'm like, she's like, if you get batteries, you're gonna be like the greatest boyfriend. I'm like, that's all I have to do.
What were the batteries for?
Nice.
It's not important.
Okay.
She's like, if I get batteries, I'm the.
Does it
I'm
vibrate?
The batteries?
No, whatever the batteries are going into.
No, but the point is, you're being suckered into it perfectly because I start by talking about how I'm sitting on the couch with my girlfriend and she wants batteries. She's like, if you get batteries, you're gonna be a great boyfriend. I'm like, that's it? That's all I need to do to be a great boyfriend?
Yeah.
Really? I've been in so many relationships in the past where I've never gotten batteries and we would fight all the time and all I needed to do is get batteries.
Yeah.
Cool. So then I go to CVS and I have this newfound sense of purpose. I'm excited. I'm one purchase away.
From being the greatest boyfriend
Greatest
ever.
boyfriend ever. I'm all excited. There's going to be like news articles about it. I'll probably be trending. Of
course.
Stories.
Duh.
Everyone on the internet will be talking about me and my purchase. Life suddenly made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'm standing next to these batteries, and these batteries are next to all these items that require batteries, and I start looking and thinking about how smart that is. And then this whole thing goes on, and I bring it all the way back to batteries. It's like 12 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it's just all about how I saw the line batteries are not included, and it made me think of the millennial kid who was a comic and who's like, I feel sorry for batteries who aren't included.
Yeah.
And it just talks about how I came up with it, how I wrote it, how I changed it, how it became a thing.
Oh, so is it about writing?
It's about jokes and like
and
how they
jokes,
go
how
from
they're
like
structured?
from inception to like late night.
Okay.
To
So you could do anything you wanted. You took that example of writing this bit out about batteries just to prove your point.
yeah, batteries. Well, I also have this theory about how words and pictures are. There's a time limit on all of them, and then they expire. So, like for example, certain words you can say that will last forever. Nothing to fear but fear itself. Great quotes. Other words like catchphrases, like gag me with a spoon. and
What's
like-
that?
Yeah, they expire. And pictures are the same way because you'll take a photograph of yourself in like say 1992. You'll be like, "This is the greatest picture ever," and like you got your hair slicked back on. It's like a blue windbreaker,
yeah.
and like
Dope
you're killing
mullet.
it. And then like 4 years go by, and you look at that picture, and you'd be like, "Oh no,
Yeah, what a douche.
this picture is expired."
Yeah.
So the concept of creating So the concept of creating different words, and there's like definitely pictures that won't expire. You know, First Man on the Moon, John Lennon, New York City T-shirt.
Yep.
Pictures that would expire. That sailor raping that nurse, like that's kind of expiring.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
sure.
so it just talks about how the ideal jokes are the best jokes use the perfect images and the perfect words and the perfect pictures to create the best joke, to try to make it timely.
Yeah.
And I have some jokes that are no longer timely, which I use as examples. And then I use that. I mean, I'll obviously have enthusiasm when I speak and do this.
Yeah.
But
Will you? Will you?
Maybe. I don't know.
Just a little bit. No, it's interesting because that like, I love doing this with you. When you and I start texting, inevitably,
Right.
you're going to say something smart ass, and then I'm going to try to top you,
Right.
and we can start going back and forth. And you're going to go, you know what? That was funny, but that would be funnier if you took this word out, shortened this,
Right.
did that, and it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's way funnier.
Right.
And it's funny. Like I just never thought of the concept.
Well, most people don't.
Yeah.
And you're not-
That's the work, though. That's the
Yeah,
work that
they're
goes
not
into it.
required to. They're not required to.
Bill Burr did one. He was doing a story about some waitress got shit canned, the manager or something, because they had outside of the bar they worked at, they had one of those little chalkboards. You can write a little fucking saying, good luck Lions tonight, whatever. And it said, we like our beer like we like our abuse, domestic.
Okay.
Okay. And someone came by and was like, I'm offended by that. Probably some guy kicked the shit out of her at some point in life, whatever. And so, can you take that down? And they're like, yeah, that's cool. Fuck off. No, it's kind of our sense of humor. Beat it.
Right.
She went and posted on Facebook or something. They ended up fucking firing the waitress and thing. And Bill Burr's offense was, that is the perfect fucking joke. You can't take one word out of that sentence and keep that joke. We like our beer like we like our abuse, domestic. It's like that's the perfect joke. Fuck you if you don't like it. Move on. Go somewhere. But anyways, I don't know why it reminded me of that. But so you excited for the talk then?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
I'm-
it's quite an honor.
It is an honor. It's 12 minutes. It's going to be during the day. It's not. I mean, I don't know what it's. I don't. I mean, it's. I have to structure a conversation around education versus comedy and try to make it funny also, but not try to make it a stand-up show. And
Yeah,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely one of those things that I'm still thinking through.
yeah.
So like, it'll come to me probably the second they call my name, where the pieces go, and
So you're probably one of those dudes that, like, I got to do the podcast live, couple sold out shows, record. Thanks to Travis Bully again. For
yeah,
helping with
Travis
that.
is the man.
It's fucking, isn't he great?
He's the man.
And then, a couple private, you have a lot of shit. You probably aren't thinking about the TED Talk until you get through that shit.
No, I started thinking about it yesterday. I had the whole thing written out and I have it printed and I look at it. But I didn't, 100%. Like I had to re-record my record. That was a big deal to me. I wanted to do the podcast because people paid to come see it. So that was a big deal. Wanted to do, like when you're in someone's house, you got to give a good show. So I
Yeah.
did that. But then like yesterday, I went over to my cousin Mike's. I saw my grandmother's sister. I took one of Troy's pot cookies and I sat in my hotel room by myself. Didn't talk to anybody afterwards.
Yep.
I watched the Patriots lose, and I just went to bed at 11.
Yeah.
And I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. I was like, I'm gonna start thinking about my next job now,
Yeah.
and that's what I did. So I spent most of the morning doing that.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this, and I can't remember if we talked about it. So
So then for sure talk about it.
if I say something and you're like, dude, I'll shut it down. But you recently had a meeting with someone that people would know at his house.
Oh yeah.
Is that anything? Did that go anywhere? Can we mention who it was or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know where it's gone. It was just one of those. It was a funny thing. I have nothing bad to say. I thought it was a very positive experience. I thought it was really interesting. So the process was my manager reached out and said, "Hey, you're going to meet up with Martin Lawrence," and I said, "Oh, cool. Why?"
Yeah.
And-
this is like Shanae, The Martin Show, Bad Boys. I mean,
yeah.
huge career. Huge.
So successful, and I was like, "Oh, cool. Why?" And he's like, "Well, he's thinking about getting back into stand-up again, and he wants to deal with some other writers, and he wants to talk to some certain people and whatever." And I'm like, "Cool. I don't know how I got in the mix, but great."
Yeah.
So then I got canceled 3 times before even going over there.
Yeah.
He met another writer, and he doesn't want to whatever. I was out of town another weekend, and then finally, I get this message that says it's back on with Martin, and it rescheduled 3 or 4 more times. And as it turns out, I was going to drive to his house, and
Nice place.
huge. Like, I mean, I only saw. It's gigantic.
Yeah.
I only saw his office, and like, because it was right behind, like, it's a gated driveway, and like right behind the gate is his office, and his office was great.
Detached office from the house, you mean?
No,
Or
it's connected, but I mean, like, I only
you
saw.
didn't go, dude, this is dope. Give me a tour.
No, I will, because my manager said you have to make him laugh in 5 minutes or less, or the meeting's over. And I was like, personally, like, that's what's requested of me, to be funny, to make him.
That's got to be so weird.
Yeah, and I go, all right, well.
I mean, the level of ego you have to have, like the success you've reached, where it's like, tell this dude he's got 5 minutes to make me laugh, or get the fuck out of here.
Well, in fairness, he's been doing comedy for all the years. He's been in so many successful comedies and movies. He's heard all the jokes. You've heard pretty much all the angles. He wanted to hear something he hadn't heard.
Yeah.
And, again, this is like, so I pull in, I sit down, and it's him, one of his friends, and myself. And it's like, go.
So what do they say? Hello, Mr. Newberg. Welcome.
Yeah.
Go.
Pretty much. And
What does that mean?
I just said.
funny?
Pretty much. I found it hysterical that was my task, to be funny in 5 minutes or it's over.
I would have waited till like the 4:50 mark.
I was determined to make sure that meeting was over in 5 minutes or less. Like, I'm not going to be able to tell him that I'm funny. I'm not going to take a chance and start being funny and have him just be like, arm fold, whatever.
Yeah.
So I just said to him, I'm like, what is it that you're trying? I go, what is it you're trying to write? What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
And he said, I'm looking to connect with my current reality. He's like, I'm getting older, and he's like, I'm dating a woman who's 20 years younger than me. and I was like,
I can relate.
I'm like, I can do this, no problem. And so he's like, yeah, I have a younger girlfriend, and he goes, that's that. And I said this old line, which is something I think I said on my last record, and I'm like, younger women are the worst. They want to do stuff like go outside. And like, I think I tagged it 2 or 3 times, and I had him like immediately because I saw the opportunity. So I then said, all right, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you that I'm funny. I'm like, I don't want to waste your time or my time. I said, I know what it is that you're looking for. You told me. I have a couple suggestions. I think you should do this or this. I'm going to go home and I'm going to write 3 pages of jokes, and I'm going to send them back to you. And if you like them, great. If you don't, great. And that was, I don't know how long ago.
Couple of weeks.
Probably.
I was on the
longer.
phone with you when you were
Yeah.
driving to his house.
Yeah, okay.
And
So
you
it was
were
probably
like,
more than a
I'll
couple
call you in
weeks.
15 minutes. This meeting won't take long. But,
Yeah.
You know.
So then I went there, I did it, and then he said months later, I really like this. I'm going to do reshoots for Bad Boys 3 right now. Let's talk in November.
Okay.
So he paid me for the jokes.
Does that pay well?
I haven't got the check yet. I don't even know what it is.
What?
I didn't, because whenever a celeb pays you, I always say whatever you think is cool. Because what am I going to do?
Well, no. I would think if there's a going rate or something where it's $10 a joke or
it's not like, I mean, I wouldn't talk about what it is, but it's
Yeah.
like, that's what it is, a joke.
cameras all over here. But yeah,
I don't care. That's what
Per
it is,
joke?
a joke. Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah. And but like, that's like kind of going
What
rate
if the
for-
joke stinks?
Then they don't buy it.
Oh, if they buy it, they will pay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to get into joke writing.
Yeah, but like, you submit 30, you sell 1. It's like, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
I wonder if I'm funny enough to do that.
I think you are. I mean, not when you talk, but other times, like, you're very quirky.
Yeah, I am quirky. So are you, though.
I
You
own my-
would be. There's certain people that you know that. Ezus is one of them. Ezus walks into a room and you just laugh. He's goofy. He's funny. He's going to say something out of this world. Just something. There are people like that. I'm not one of those people, and you're not one of those people.
Right.
You're very reserved.
Right.
It took me a while to get used to like nail down, like, okay, I get this dude. I see, his personality is this, but if very funny.
Right.
And that's all that really matters.
Thank you.
It would be very hard to walk into someone like that, their house, and just be like, because you're not going to come in, da 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 da.
Yeah, no, it was definitely-
jazz hands.
It was a great opportunity, and it was very funny.
Okay.
And he seemed really nice.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily know if he's just like, he wants to write the whole stuff himself, and he's just looking for different inspirations, whatever. He doesn't obviously need a writer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
I
Well,
love
like, is
this
that
show.
is that obvious? I mean, how does that work with people that get to that level? When you say reaching out to writers like you to write jokes for them, I mean, are there comics that will come back and like go around and travel around completely on jokes they didn't write themselves, or
Oh yeah, 100%.
really?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
crazy
there's
to me.
rumor that Ron White bought his whole tater salad.
Get
set.
out of here.
I mean, I think it's like I think you can Google it and see it. And like, I know that Craig Shoemaker bought his
Yeah.
like Love Master thingy, and like
No shit. I know you sell jokes to people all the time.
yeah, but I mean, like, yes, I do, and there's people who are cool with me talking about it, and people who are not cool with me talking about it.
Yeah.
And I don't care because money's money. But like, the thing with Martin, I've met him and I talked to him for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would know me if I was standing next to him. I don't know, because the rest is all done through his agent, his representative, his assistant, going to my manager, going to my other
Right.
manager. So it's like,
I think it's an unknown thing. Like the public doesn't understand how that works. But if you're watching a roast, the roast of so and so, those celebrities aren't writing their own shit.
no, there's like a real.
that I get.
100%. And other comics, when me, you, and Raj were going around
Mm-hmm.
and throwing shit out, it was like, you guys would just be like, no, you can have that. You can
Right.
take that. Didn't Larry the Cable Guy, didn't he buy, or
Yeah, I worked with Larry, and he's fucking amazing. He's
Yeah.
so good. He knows exactly what to say, what'll work, what won't work. Mm-hmm. It's
is
like,
Russell like that too? Will Russell ever take shit? Will you give him stuff?
Russell's hard. He's the hardest person I've ever worked with to give a joke to.
Really?
Because he's so good, and you'll make a suggestion, and he'll either straight up say no, or he'll try it, and if it doesn't kill the first time he tries it,
over.
he'll never try it again.
He won't work it out.
Nope. But he's just so prolific, and he knows exactly what it is his audience wants. Most comics don't really want someone to write for them; they want someone to help them
Yes.
do their stuff.
Yeah.
So I would say that it's rare that comics specifically write for other comics, unless it's like a Colbert or like a Conan or whomever.
Sure. Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
someone
Those late night guys just rattling off every single night, 50 jokes.
But
Yeah.
like when Eddie Murphy goes on the road again in January or whenever he's going to start doing stand up, he's going to travel with writers.
Sure.
And they're not going to be like, "Oh, Eddie, this is what I came up with. You should do this." It's like, "Oh, I just heard you do this. What about this?" And then Eddie will take it and turn
Yeah,
it into
yeah.
something more
Yeah.
Eddie.
So it's Eddie's idea, throws it out there, and there's what they call it punching up a joke.
Yeah, and it's usually ends up going back to the good people who are good at punching jokes up can basically get the person who's hiring you to say whatever they're trying to say by just steering them.
Yeah.
Like, so I wouldn't be like, "No, say this." I would just be like, "Well, or you could try, then there's maybe, and here's a different angle."
Yeah.
And that works better because it's like they're frustrated that these are people who are so rich now, who are like, not incredibly driven. It's not going to be like, respectfully, Eric, it's not going to be like, "Oh, I've got these 6 jokes. I don't know if I can just do them." It's whatever. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure about whatever. It's like you are now sitting in your private plane after you just went golfing for a while. You finish this big thing. You're like, "Oh, I got to do 20 minutes. If I don't have anything to really talk about, I'm not upset."
You're not hungry.
No.
You're not driving towards something. I want to make it. I want to, get on the Tonight Show or be recognized. Once
Right.
you're at that level, it's got to be very hard to find the inspiration. I would think relatable too, like staying relatable with the common man. I know some people struggle with that.
You have to, yeah. I mean,
that
the problem is with like once you've made it, you've made it.
Yeah.
There's no real turning back. I mean, you
Yeah.
can fail and be like something else, but like even if like people you make fun of for one hit wonders, Vanilla Ice, hasn't he continuously earned income off that song forever?
Probably.
or him and Queen.
Yeah, still he gets a co-writer credit. He did the words.
Are they still getting paid for that shit?
He still, I mean, like he still tours once in a while, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like and off that song, and it's like sometimes it was grunge, and then it was like
Yeah.
metal.
But I think the days of mailbox money are gone. You know what I mean? Like that, like we've talked about it before. To have a top 5 single on the charts, and I was talking to Vinny about this and a couple other people. Like that would pay you if you had a number 1 song, number 2. You could make $750,000 in residuals, just like mailbox money. They would
Back in the
just-
day, yeah.
Back in the day, just send you a check. Now no one buys music.
No, but it is supplemented by like YouTube. Like I think you make, what is it, like for every 1 million views, you make $5,000 or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you take someone like Psy's Gangnam Style, which has 4 billion
Billion.
views.
Sure.
He does fine.
Yeah.
And that would.
But bands that used to be able to sit home, Def Leppard, and just collect Love Bites residuals and get a fucking check,
yeah, gone.
you know, gone.
Yeah.
Those days are gone. You're
I
getting
agree.
$1,000 now, which kind of sucks. Anyway, we should go on to some news stuff.
Yes, it's about time.
Yeah. Want to work on your joke writing skills
Yeah.
on the fly?
Yeah, 100%. Let's do it.
So, picture of Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield. They lost again yesterday.
Okay.
And he seems to be getting rattled by the press coverage. You know, everyone thought they were going to be the shit. He's doing TV commercials every day, and then they're laying an egg, essentially.
Right.
And so you can almost see him cracking. You know, with the press, he's getting lippy and fucking storming off. And he, you know, the article I read compared it to like a president who's in office for 8 years, and it's like, oh shit, Obama aged 50 years
Right.
in 8,
Right.
Because the stress is so big. And so there's a you got the picture, you can pop it up there, of Baker Mayfield, and I think if I got the story right, he showed up at the stadium with kind of a beard like yours, Chris, or mine, kind of
right.
just disheveled look, you know, and then before the game, he came out with like a Fu Manchu, and then at halftime, he had just like a regular mustache, or after the game, something like that. But he looks, I don't know how you would describe this. It looks like like an overcoat. Go to the picture we're going to talk about. What is that? A jacket of some sort, but he just kind of looks like a beaten man. And so here's where the joke part comes in.
Okay.
So they said he began living in the city in April 2018. Now, 18 months later, we can see the effects: unkempt hair, joy washed from his face, the slumped posture of a man giving up. Mayfield looks like a shadow of himself after losing to the Broncos, and now he looks like a million things all at once.
Okay.
And so they listed a bunch of things. There you go. Your dad who went out for cigarettes and never came back.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good joke, right?
Yeah.
The undercover cop who infiltrated the gang, but now people are worried he's in too deep.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Can I throw some
Yeah,
out?
yeah, go ahead.
He looks like Sean Penn's stunt double during the entire time he was married to Madonna.
Good. The brother in a boxing movie leading his sibling astray.
That's good. The lead cop on 29 Jump Street.
An alien in a human suit trying to fit in.
That's good. What porn looks like if it's not working.
The dude everyone thinks is the serial killer in a horror movie.
Yeah. The assistant manager at all the Benetton stores in 1994.
Man willing to spend 3 weeks in car without bathing to win it.
That's good. That's good. For sure, the equipment manager of the minor league baseball team, where in Kalamazoo, whatever they're called.
Oh, the
Lug nuts? Yeah.
That's Lansing. But I don't know. There is a
sorry.
Kalamazoo
That's
name,
Lansing, yeah. Owner of the house everyone avoids on Halloween.
Yeah, that's good.
Guy in doctor's pamphlet on Lyme disease.
Ha!
That's a fucking great joke, dude.
No, it's very good. Let's see. You could go with man who. No, I'm going to pass on that one.
Okay, I came up with Inspector Gadget's creepy older brother.
That's good. Steve Gadget.
Steve Gadget, yeah. You know him.
Yeah, his name.
10-year-old who wished he was big, now realizing he's out of his depth.
Okay.
It's not
I can
bad,
see
right?
that. No, it's good. Guy who continuously tries to pay you to fuck your sister.
Yes.
He's like, $20. How's $30?
Guy who will flash kids on their way to school from his van.
Yeah, but it's one further than that. It's not a van. It's like a rickshaw. And he's got and his
You
other
can't get away in a rickshaw.
his buddy is pulling the rickshaw.
Last one here. John Candy in the upcoming remake of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's a good one.
Yeah, not bad.
Chris, I got a question, man. When
Yeah.
you're going through those really fast and those are fucking funny, and I just in this when you're talking about writing and stuff, dude.
Uh-huh.
What do you think? Like, there's so many funny fucking people out there. Like, that's the one thing in a way. Like, you can be on Twitter and shit and go through hashtags and be like, holy shit, this is.
Right.
Fun. And it's just some dude with 10 followers, and it's like. I know you write a lot of like you're really good at those shorter kind of Facebook kind of Twitter jokes and shit.
Right.
Do you think that there's like is there value to it for you? Is the value to you mostly just working on writing? Are you trying to think that if you write some Facebook joke that all of a sudden just blows up somehow and gets like 5,000 likes is that going to do anything?
That's his going to the gym.
Well, no, I
Yeah.
know, but that's what I'm like wondering though. If,
I don't know. I don't necessarily know if a joke that I write I look at as a meal ticket / 5,000 likes, etc.
Yeah.
But it's just me working out, and it's like if I write 10 jokes because I want to write 10 jokes just to stay in the practice of writing.
Yeah, I was thinking about like too. The thing about I was thinking about myself is like you're throwing these out there though too. Having said that, because now they're out there, and
Right.
and anyone can technically, dude. I mean, you don't even know who could see it and then just go, oh yeah, this is my joke now.
I don't worry about it. There's more jokes.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah, and it's funny, man. Twitter, you got to love Twitter.
I do.
Because your tweets are fucking great. They're just bite-sized, bang thoughts.
I don't know if they
And
are.
I haven't been on yours in a little while here, but dude, that's a really good follow. What is your handle? Is it Chris Army?
At the Chris Army.
At the Chris Army.
Let me see if I have any worth.
But there was a time we would come in, Jay would come and be like, dude, did you see Newberg's tweet? And I was like, yes. And we'd fucking laugh about it, whatever. But, and that's the thing, too. That's how you gain followers, obviously.
I
is
know,
by,
but it's like,
you know,
dude.
continuously giving them good shit.
that's fucking very hard though. Like that's the thing. Like
yeah.
I mean, I don't understand on some level how some people are able to do it. Because I mean, you try hashtags and blah blah blah, and I just don't know how good you have to be consistently if you're
Yeah.
just doing it on Twitter.
Well, I wonder if this is considered working out, what we're doing right here?
I would not.
I think
consider
so.
that.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Maybe.
Yeah, if you're
I
funny,
would
if
figure
you're
this
trying to
is
be
the-
funny and stuff.
Well, this is the game, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know that it matters. I think the point is if you're using that muscle, like if you stop working that muscle out, right? I don't know what muscle it is, the funny muscle, it goes away.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what they say, anyways.
Yeah, you just gotta keep trying.
Yeah.
Do you sit down with Facebook and some of that stuff because you make jokes pretty regularly, but they're pretty quick hitters. Do you sit down and write jokes for social media, or are you in the moment sometimes like in your apartment and just like that was funny?
Well, if
Is
I
it a
have
conscious effort most of those times, or
no, I mean, I'll wake up and I'll look at my 4 or 5 different sites and I'll see if there's anything that's inspiring and I'll just write it. To write, writing for myself is totally different than just writing regular jokes.
right?
So if I want to do something for me, it's got to be personal. If it's just like a regular
Yeah.
I think I did one this morning that was like the CEO of McDonald's was fired for having sex with one of his employees. Mayor McCheese was unavailable for comment. But that's nothing I would do in my own act.
So do you have any
Yeah.
strategy?
See,
with your
because
social media?
I struggle with that because, sorry.
No, I'm just fielding both.
Yeah. Well, do you want to take his?
I don't have any strategy with social media.
You just kind of do it to
So
hopefully.
you don't sit down and go Facebook jokes, Instagram jokes, Twitter.
No, but
You just-
I know which one would work better. That
Yeah.
okay, like here's one that wouldn't work on Twitter, but I think did work on Facebook, which was, let's see, it was something about that girl who convinced, a Boston college student is being charged in her boyfriend's suicide by texting him hundreds of times, "Go kill yourself and go die." I wonder how good the other texts were for him to stay in the relationship.
Yeah. No, why wouldn't that work on Twitter? You said it worked on Facebook.
Got nothing on Twitter because I think it's hard because there's no inflection. Like
Yeah.
this is a joke I liked, but it didn't get anything. It was like a shark attack, but not in the water. Instead, late night texts, strongly worded emails, land shaming. It's such a great joke. And nothing.
Well, yeah, I don't know that I would have reacted to that. I'm not sure I get it.
A shark attacking you, but not with violence. Instead, it's texting you late at night. Better not go near the water. Hey, guess who's waiting for you near the sand?
Dana, Dana.
Yeah. That's just great.
That's okay.
Nothing.
That's funny. But if you got to explain it, like it went over my head.
Well, yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I tend to find myself like, if I have something that I want to say, I want to say, I'll do it on Facebook.
Right.
Twitter, it seems like, if I think of something funny, I'm like, fuck, I'll use that in the show later. I don't want to, because then it feels like, boo, I heard it on Twitter this morning. So I tend like not to tweet stuff. So now I'm just angry fucking guy on Twitter.
Right.
So I'll be like, you fucking referees at NFL, fuck you, you're ruining my game. Send, and then another one, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you screaming at the wall?
Well, it's so funny because I kind of look at Twitter like D-Day. Like, you know, when we stormed the beaches of Normandy, it's like you have all of these opinions and thoughts, but then all of a sudden the wall comes down and people just start assassinating you left and right from nowhere. You can't
Yeah.
even see where these people are killing you.
Yep.
So you're like, hey, I have this thought on this. Shot, murdered. But I trained for 4 weeks.
Well, it's so funny the amount of careers we could do stories every single day, right? About people that, you know, because the way I look at Twitter, Facebook is we're not all meant to be heard. Not all of us are very talented. Most of us are pretty fucking dumb. And you say something stupid in your house with your buddies, fine. But Twitter is the equivalent of going out on your porch and just screaming to everybody whatever stupid thought you have in your head. That's all you're doing. And so, you know, you want to let people know how woke you are, or God damn it, I'm tired of these fucking Mexicans. Go back to where you came from.
Right.
And it's like, that dude's fucking losing his job. Mm-hmm. It's over.
Yeah.
I hope that made you feel better to be able to go out on your porch and scream to the neighborhood
Well,
your thoughts on whatever.
But now it's like, you know, like let's say you go on Twitter and you're, you know, Steve Johnson, and you're like,
Original name.
well, he's fake. And you're like, stupid Mexicans, period. Okay?
Yep.
And I'm just saying you write this. Now, you're entitled to your opinion. You're allowed to
Freedom
think,
of speech.
You're allowed to think Mexicans are stupid.
Yep.
You didn't really say anything derogatory. You said Mexicans, and those people from Mexico are Mexicans. And then you said stupid. You don't necessarily know which Mexicans you're referring to other than the ones who are not intelligent. Now people are going to look at your tweet.
Wait, what did your tweet say? Stupid Mexicans.
Not my tweet.
No, I know.
Steve Johnson.
Steve Johnson's, yeah.
Stupid Mexicans. Now, someone is not just going to look at that and go, oh, I agree or I disagree. They're going to be like, okay, so let's see what Steve Johnson's all about, and let's ruin his life
Dox him.
because he said or thought stupid Mexicans.
Would he see stupid Mexicans?
And I'm not-
Does that group all Mexicans?
I don't know. I'm not
Maybe
Steve
because
Johnson.
that's what they're going to jump to. Because
Yeah.
if he said, "I met a stupid Mexican today,"
It wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter. It would still. You'd
why?
still be-
Why does it matter he's Mexican?
Well, that's exactly what. That's the first thing they're going to do when they
Dox
take you.
them.
Yeah. Then when they come after you, it's just not even. That kid, this SNL kid, man.
Ugh.
He's doing well though. He just sold out
Got so
all
much attention.
He sold out all the Helium comedy clubs. He's crushing it.
What's his name again? Shit.
I don't know.
He got hired by SNL, and people went, "Oh, they do this to all of them." When you go to SNL, when you get hired by NBC, and they announce, "Here's the new players," you better have scrubbed your fucking
Oh, I would be
social
so-
media. Like, dude, the amount of guys, and it happens every time. It's like new cast member, you know, fucking Colin Jost, and it's like, all right, let's go through his shit. Find out 6 years ago when he was in fucking 8th grade, he said he quoted a rap lyric that included the N word.
Right.
Fuck him, unwoke, privileged white asshole. And it's like, are we really going to hold everything everyone has ever said forever?
Well, you know my theory or my idea is what we do is if you're going to assassinate me and my character, that's fine. If I was dumb enough to write stupid Mexicans and you're going to come after me and you're going to make me lose my job and make my wife divorce me and make everyone hate me, that's fine. But I get to do a deep dive on you and see what you're all about and see the
Yeah.
last time you paid your car on time and see like what sort of shitty things you've done. If you're going to take me out, you better be up to the microscope challenge of letting.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, fair. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm also another way to do that is not write stupid Mexicans.
Well, that's one way. I got into it with a guy on Twitter. Remember that? How did that go? I'm trying to remember what he said. And
you have to give me more
No, I
information.
know. I shot back at him. He said something to me, and I gave out his Twitter handle. Like I said something about, dude, you better know, you know, before you start blasting off, you better know who's reading this, because my listeners are fucking savage asshole monsters, and they will end you. And he went, you called all your listeners assholes, you know. How about I let them know that you called them an asshole? I said, I call them an asshole to their face every fucking day. What are you talking about?
Right.
And then my listeners jumped in and started beating the dog shit out of this guy who works at a company. They start taking shots at this, and they're relentless,
Right.
going after him. And he ends up fucking DMing me on the side, going, "Hey, bro, can you make it stop? Like, my boss has got wind of it. Like, he was using his company name and Twitter and all that shit." And it was like, "Bro, I'm warning you. If you fucking come after me, they're gonna hit you hard on fucking social media on this."
Right.
And so he asked me on the side, and I went and took those guys and was like, guys, enough, knock it off.
Right.
Point proven. But he learned a hard lesson that day.
Yeah.
That guy. Tough for people to do. Anyway, we got some guests here. What up, Mac?
I mean, T-Roy said to come straight down.
Yeah, you guys come down.
Obviously, you're as prepared as always.
Yeah. No, I wanted Michael to see a couple minutes of the show. How you doing, buddy?
Sorry. Hi, this is Darren McCarty. Please don't ever let me associate J. Chris Newberg and Mike Walters other
Oh,
than
my
in the
God.
podcasting because I think very highly of Mr. Newberg.
Of course you
And
do.
Heroin
Thank
has
you.
a
That's
great
great
Heroin
you say
has a
on
great
my
new
show.
publicist.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's an addition.
We see this every year too. You get to Halloween and we get 100 stories of people that cannot, for whatever reason, not go in blackface.
What?
As you see careers.
Is there? You
ruined.
need 100 reasons to not go in blackface?
No, well, no, you don't. But shouldn't we all know by now?
Oh,
Did
absolutely.
you just don't? I have a story today of this teacher. He's in all kinds. He wanted to go as common. He's a teacher.
Was he white?
A history. Yes, he was white.
And you want to go as common?
Common, yeah.
Seems to be logical.
Well, you know, Common's in the new like Microsoft ads.
Yeah.
With the cardigan on or something.
Oh, cardigan. That forgives blackface for sure.
So he blackfaces up proper, goes into the school like nothing. I'm like, how did he not get right into the door, bump into the vice principal who's like, you got a minute?
Where is this?
This is at a Northern California school. You would think, is anyone more woke than Northern California?
I don't.
It was a fucking Mac. It was at Milpitas High School in, and so one of the students immediately takes a picture of this fucking asshole,
Right.
in blackface, and shares it. And he's like, so one of our white, all caps, teachers at the school yesterday decided to paint his face black to look like Common the Rapper, and sends that out. And yeah, he's
fired?
not doing well. Well, people want him to be fired. You can imagine. Fire David Carter now as an American history teacher. He knows exactly the racial content.
Is it
context.
American history? Like you needed to be a history teacher to know
Well,
the context.
you would think a
Out
history
of
teacher
all
would
people.
know. Yeah, even a little bit more than
Does
everyone.
teach the Civil War, doesn't he?
Yeah. So abominable. Get him out of here. Done. This guy is so done. You know, the school's got to issue a statement. There he is. There's a picture of him up there.
His face is blacked out.
Yeah.
That's him. He looks like he's in full black
like-
man. Oh, that's him without it.
Yeah, that's him without it.
What a dumb motherfucker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does look like Bill Walton. How does that guy not know? Where has he been that he's like, no, I got it. I'm going to go as Common this Halloween and blackface up proper and waltz into your high school to your students.
But here's just a better, well, not a better question, but like, when has like mean-spirited racism ever been the answer, like the correct answer? Like, even if you go back to, remember when John Rocker was on that train, and he was just like, and he was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna talk shit about everybody who's a
Yeah.
different ethnicity.
Jews on the fucking J train.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like afterwards, who was like, you know what? That was good.
Not bad.
You're a pioneer.
In his defense, he did make the cover of SI.
Yeah, and then he never did anything again.
Nope.
But it's
And
like
he's-
it's never been
he's
it's
still
never been a
canceled.
good answer.
I
I made 4.
Okay, well, yeah,
I made 4 covers.
yeah, but how many of them were you? How many of them were you in blackface? That's the main question.
Saying you don't need to go that
Yeah,
yeah, you can do it the right way. You don't have
Yeah.
to. You don't have to
Yeah.
go the rocker way.
yeah, it's fair.
So it reminded me of this teacher, another teacher, and I adore this man, Paul Dawson. Are you familiar with Paul Dawson? Mac, you probably heard this on our show before. This might be, of all the videos ever put on the internet, my favorite one of all time.
Okay.
And Paul Dawson he tried to explain on the news the difference between the N word, like nigga, versus ER, because he called a student in his class, a black kid, nigga, because the kid said it to him first. And so he's on the news, he's got the words written out. A black reporter is questioning him. And this dude is fucking brilliant. And I hope you enjoy him. You can probably go ahead just a little bit, E.
This is already kind of when he started
Okay.
to explain it.
Kind of was stunned a second. Well, then get away from the door, nigga. And I repeated the same insult because
Paul.
that's sort of what I've been trained to do.
No, you were not
The
trained
school
to do
district says that is not what they trained English teacher Paul Dawson to do.
He tried to say I said it, and I didn't say it, and no one else in the class knows that I said it because I didn't.
Documents from the school investigation show that several of the students interviewed from Valley did not hear Keyshawn say the N-word first. Dawson says that
look at
students
that.
use the slang version
He's
of the
got
N-word at
graphics on the
Valley High
paper.
School all the time. He says Nigger is a racial slur, but says that students use Nigga as often as they'd say
Listen to
dude
this dude
or
try to
hey
explain this
man.
away. This is the
And
greatest
Dawson
ever.
says as much as he
Awesome.
does not like the word, he still used the slang version to feel more comfortable with black students.
Why is this word used so frequently? So I just don't understand it, and
need
I'm
help.
trying to understand it. I need help. Yes, I use nigga.
Oh my God.
Just wait.
I've used it. I admit it. I put the H on it to emphasize it's nigga. You know, nigga this, nigga please, nigga. You know, can you lend a nigga a pencil?
What kind of example are you setting for your students if you use a word that you don't want them to use?
Upon reflection, that's not good.
Dawson was
Self-reflection is
suspended for
important.
10 days without pay from January 9th to January 23rd, and he has to go to diversity training. He says that he's learned from this experience and hopes that others think twice before using the N-word.
I will never say any form of nigga.
Except right now.
I'm cured of that.
Paul Dawson says that he is sorry for the way things were handled.
Oh my! Isn't that adorable in a way?
No.
It's
horrifying.
It is, but he thinks he's going to sit down with a reporter and just make sense of this, explain this away,
Yeah.
and it fails so bad when he gets into that string in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's painful.
It's painful. Did you know people that stupid were hanging around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there are
I
other
know.
people. I mean, like, everybody gets. Remember when John Mayer thought he was okay to say it? And he did that Rolling Stone interview where he was like, yeah, he's like, the blacks love me. I can say it. And he said it, and it was in print. And then I think he stopped drinking immediately after
Yeah.
that and stopped
Yeah.
doing drugs. And he was just like, I'm done with everything.
Yeah, stupid. Paul Dawson, by the way, that was the biggest suspension ever handed out by the school district.
10 days.
10 days. And I believe he is still teaching at that school, and he gets really highly rated by his students.
You know, hey,
that
listen.
great?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't necessarily know. Like, if I'm on the news once in my life, that's pretty cool. If I'm on the news because of the difference I choose to say the N-word,
Yeah.
and I before
I put the H on the end of it to emphasize it. Dude.
So
He's got a black reporter sitting right across from him. Paul,
come
shut it down.
Yeah, definitely shut it down.
Shut it down. I did have one more thing I wanted to show, and then because we've got guests here, and then we've got to meet with, and I don't want to be too rude. I'm sorry, but that video I sent you, E, on Twitter, and I'm sorry, E, I'm gonna have to use you as an example because he's had a couple incidents. I don't know if you know about when I was in Manhattan. When was that? E? A few months ago. March. I was doing Anthony Cumia's show,
Right.
Dave Landau.
Yeah.
And E was going to be in New York that weekend, too. He was going to a concert. I said, why don't you come out early? You can crash in my room so you don't have to pay for a room for an extra night. And then you can come to the studio with me and see how they do their show and all that. And so he did, and I'm sleeping. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. E went out to a bunch of bars and shit, came home. I'm in my room dead asleep, and all of a sudden there's a pounding on my fucking door. Boom, 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 boom. And I figure it's asshole. He's forgotten his key or something. I'm like, sleep in the hallway, fuckface. I'm not coming out there.
You gonna tell the story right now?
Yeah. And so so it's not E. Answer the door, hotel management or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I can hear E too. I'm like, shit. I'm like, hold on, man. I'm trying. Let me throw some pants on. Answer the door, sir, immediately. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I open the door. I'm like, what? And E's going, it was an accident. It's humiliating. It's humiliating. And this guy goes, what is wrong with your friend? And I'm like, I'm going to need way more information, dude. That is a full day conversation. And E's going, it was an accident. I'm humiliated. And so I go, E, shut the fuck up. You, go. What? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm dead asleep. What are you talking about? He goes, why is your friend shitting on my floor downstairs in the lobby 2 days in a row? I was like, what? And he goes, it's not true. I didn't. And I'm humiliated. And I'm like, E, what happened? And this guy's like, 2 days in a row, he shits on floor in the lobby and leaves. What is wrong with him? And I was like, E, tell me you're not shitting on the floor of Manhattan hotel lobbies. Please tell me that's not true. Here's what he said. Because there was a second shitter the day before. It wasn't E. It was a diamond member, so they couldn't do anything about it. They figured that out later when we followed up with them.
I just like you to know that you just coined the phrase. There was a second shitter.
On the grassy knoll. And so E says, I had to take a shit, and I figured it would stink so bad, and I didn't want you to have to smell it, so I figured I'd go downstairs. And so we're 21 floors up. He gets all the way down the lobby, and he can't make it. And so he shits his pants. It falls out onto the floor, and he kicks it, which is important. Jay was like, why would you kick it? And so this guy sees that. Hold on, right?
Okay.
That guy saw it, knew about the incident the day before. Now he thinks he's got a serial floor shitter on his hands,
Right.
and demanded to come up to the room. And so, go ahead, E. What was I gonna?
Well,
What
I
did
was
I get
just
wrong?
saying that the thing is like it wasn't like the reason for the kicking was because I just couldn't hold all of it in, and so a little
Right.
had come out, and so I still needed to go, and I didn't know what to do with this little piece of shit on the floor, so I just nudged it against the wall with my foot, thinking that I would take care of it. I couldn't go to the I couldn't
He
go
gets
to
to the stall, and one of the women is in there cleaning, so he can't go in. So anyway, fast forward, he's got a new girlfriend. Congratulations, E. And he took her out. They've been on the phone together because she's kind of a few hours away.
He had a girlfriend in March? Or
No.
Now
This is new.
Okay.
And so they've kind of long distance. She's a couple hours away. Talked for months. So they've kind of like their boyfriend, girlfriend, but they were having their first, like get together in a while. And so E goes out there and we're like, what do you got planned? He's like, he had this whole romantic like 3-day weekend, like going up north and all this shit. And so they're in the log cabin or wherever they're staying. And E has to shit again. And so he says, I don't want to shit in a room. She might smell it.
I should say in general, I'm very, if I regularly, if I'm in a hotel, if I'm not staying by myself, will go to the lobby to go number 2. Like I won't do it usually in the room with people.
But you gotta figure the timing out, bro.
I understand.
Because
Yeah.
he shit his pants again with his girlfriend, trying to make it down to the third floor, off the third floor.
And she's cool with this?
She doesn't know this. She was
know
dead
about
asleep.
it.
And so he went in the bathroom and had to fucking take 1,000 towels, clean the mess up. Is it cool to shit in the room with someone while they're sleeping? Because it's kind of endearing, He's trying to do the right thing. He just hasn't figured out all the timing yet.
Is it cool to shit in a room?
Yeah.
In a restroom? In a
In a
bathroom in a
hotel,
hotel?
yeah.
Where you're supposed to?
We all agree the floor is not the best place to shit.
I don't know.
But
When has it ever been the best idea?
I kind of respected it though when I found out what he was trying to do. It was like, no good deed, right? Here he's looking out for me.
It was
he's
meant to,
concerned.
yes, it was meant to be, like, especially the first one, that time with Mike especially, those rooms in,
They're
in
tiny Manhattan rooms, yeah,
are
they're
small
tiny.
as fuck. And the bathroom's right.
Midtown Manhattan,
Right-
I don't remember Hilton or something.
Yeah, the bathroom is really right next to his bed, and I just did think like, oh man, this is not going to be. I was like, this is going to smell. I was about to tell 3 a.m. drinking or whatever, 4 a.m,
Yeah.
whatever I was, and
Someone sent me a video, and that's why I kind of went this long roundabout way. I just wanted to give you some,
There's a video we're
explain.
gonna watch now?
Yeah, the guy, and I think
Not
this
a
is how
video.
this is how you pull it off successfully. Someone's like, "Oh shit, he's not the only one," and sends me this video. And do you think if you would have pulled this move in the hotel lobby, you could have gotten away with it? Because if you guys
I've
can
actually
see it up on
seen
the monitor
but
up there.
I'll watch you watch it first.
And it's just closed circuit. It's in a mall or something. There's an escalator.
You should know that you're looking at like this dude, right? That's the deal.
Okay.
Yeah, and the guy behind him comes into play too.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this guy just like shit on the floor and keep going. Fuck it, didn't happen. And then this poor son of a bitch comes up behind him.
Dude, life is
Right?
awesome. The fact that we can see
Life
this,
is fucking awesome. You're right.
the fact that we can see this video to me is incredible.
But isn't that the only way you can successfly pull off that move?
I think so.
Well, my problem was,
because you don't want to do that like run like that through the fucking airport. Like, you're better off doing what he
Well, the
did. Just
problem is-
shit and move on.
The problem is this guy was in a walking position. He was able to just walk away. I was in a position in the one in New York for sure where I was standing waiting for this lady to be done cleaning when in reality I should have said like, yo, I need to get in there.
Yeah, comprende. Get the fuck out of here. I
But
gotta go.
I know.
Just motor
so I don't
over.
think I could have used this example
Yeah.
for me, unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe not. Chris, why don't you grab your guitar really quick and you want to do that commercial? We got to get this commercial in. Can you just wing something? Thank you. J. Chris Newberg. Heroin has a great publicist. If you're not listening to it, you should be. It's one of the best podcasts out there. Chris, of course, lives in L.A., but he's in town. He's doing a TEDx talk at the Masonic Temple on Wednesday, and then recorded his new album over the other night.
What is this for?
I don't know, what is it, the Hamlin Pubs?
Yeah.
And I got to cover all this stuff?
Let me see. Take a look real quick, because there might be a couple there. Can you get close to that mic?
Yeah. I just got to be
Yeah,
able to do the words.
yeah.
And you said where's the other one? There was another one that was like there's 6.
Richmond, Michigan.
Okay.
6th location.
How long do you want this to
What
be?
pick is that? Is that a thin? Geez, a thin?
I do.
Oof.
Okay. Hamlin
Lost
Pub.
a little respect for you, but whatever.
Hamlin Pub is inviting you to 6 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pub's great food, drinks, and atmosphere. Shit in the bathroom instead of the floor. Can I incorporate the...
You can do anything you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, even the buddy who bet way too much on a game he can't afford, and he doesn't even have that consistent of a job, the food will still taste good. Bring your family, even your side bitch. Unless you don't have a side bitch or she's in blackface. It's always a great time here in Rochester, or Clarkston, or Chesterfield, or
Richmond?
Richmond is also fun. And Shelby Township and Hamlin Pubs also offer party packages. We are a perfect spot for rehearsal, dinner, graduation, corporate, or other events. More information about our locations, please go to entertainment calendars at hamlinpubs.com. Hope to see you soon, Detroit Cast listeners. Yeah. Is that fine?
Very good. Yeah, that's great.
Sure. I didn't mean to swear. I'm sorry. Hamlin
No,
Pub.
you can swear. I swear continuously when we do their reads.
Okay.
Yeah. I make it a point to go, oh, yeah, remember we were talking about that horrible baby murder story? Hamlin Pubs were like, they've requested that we only do their reads after baby murder stories. So, Jay, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Okay. So 2 days ago, there was a baby who was murdered, and it was in the parking lot of the Hamlin Pub, not inside the Hamlin Pub, because the Hamlin Pub has great food, drinks, and atmosphere. Outside, it's kind of the Wild West, but when you're indoors, it's great food, drinks, and atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies, it doesn't matter. You're safe. No one's going to murder you at Hamlin Pub, only outside in the parking lot. If you want a meal with your family, that's great. If you can't afford it, rob someone outside, but not inside, because it's always a great time, especially Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, 2 Shelby Township locations, and Richmond. We offer party packages.
You don't have to do all that.
We're the perfect spot for
See, that works better.
we say more
it's
again.
it's
That was my
harder
favorite.
in song form. Someone needs to make a poem out of that so it flows easier.
Yeah, I think it does.
You're the best, Chris Newberg. Thank
we're
you for
done?
coming
Yay.
in. Yeah, we'll wrap it up. Jay will be back tomorrow. Like I said, he's stuck in a fucking deposition today. So I'm glad you were here.
This is
Come
fun.
in. Just
how
come back
long-
tomorrow, man.
I will. Wait, I could.
You want to?
I don't leave till Thursday. Yeah, I can come back tomorrow.
Yeah, why don't you come hang again?
What is how long were we on today?
Hour and 4 minutes.
Oh yeah, I guess it's easier with a clock there.
Giant clock right behind you.
All right, cool. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you,
guys.
dude. HeroinHas.com, TEDx Detroit at the Masonic Temple on Wednesday, and you guys know where to find Chris and follow him. All right, Isis, we'll get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for hanging with the show today. We certainly appreciate it. As I said, Jay will be back tomorrow, and so will we. Hopefully, you'll join us then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Used to manage Chris before you went out to LA.